Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is Friday, April 14th, 2017. Today is Good Friday, but as you all know, Kendrick Lamar dropped his 4th studio album. Not damn, he dropped 4 studio albums, but that's actually the title of the album. So, I'm sorry guys, that was just a really cheesy segue into today's video. And without further ado, let's get into this review. Alright, so basically I want to start off with the track list, okay? So now there's 14 tracks, the first one being Blood, then DNA, Yeah, Element, Feel, Loyalty, Pride, Humble, Lust, Love, XXX, Fear, God, Duckworth. Now without listening to the album, I had already had a few tracks that stuck out to me because we all know Kendrick Lamar likes wordplay. That's one of the things he does as an artist, as a rapper. And looking at this track list, when it dropped about, I want to say a week ago, looking at this, there are just a few things that I noticed, and I'm going to point them out real quick. With starting off with Pride and Humble, those are like polar opposites. And then they're followed one by another on there. And then you have Lust and Love, with lust being a deadly sin, and then it's followed by love, therefore saying that lust comes before love. Then you have the last 3 tracks on here called Fear, God, Duckworth. Now for those of you who don't know, Kendrick Lamar's full name is Kendrick Lamar Duckworth. So it's almost as if he's setting a reminder to himself or letting himself know, fear no man but God. And that's just something that I really, when I saw that, it kind of just, stuck out to me. But now let's actually get into the album. Now this is his 4th studio album. He started off with Section 80, Good Kid, Bad City, then Pimp a Butterfly, and now Damn. Now with my personal opinion, Damn is more closer to the Pimp a Butterfly, but it's not exactly the same. And I actually applaud him for that, because a lot of people are saying, they want the Good Kid, Bad City, they want the Section 80 Kendrick, they want the old Kendrick back. And you guys keep in mind, he's a rapper, and what rappers need to do is stay relevant. They need to stay current, and they need to, keep making progression. They can't have the same sound over and over and over again, because it gets played out and it gets overused, and then people get tired of them. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like for him to keep to keep taking the step that he's going, he's actually doing a really great job. And I mean, this album just sounds beautiful. I mean, from the production quality to the actual beats that he used, it is just, he nailed it perfectly. Now, while we're talking about the beats, he kind of used the more simplistic beats, and I really like that, because then it really puts an emphasis on the wordplay, and it really puts an emphasis on the message that he's trying to convey. And while we're talking about the message, really, if you pay attention, there's 2 elements to the album. There's his humble side, then there's his prideful side, and those are actually tracks number 7 and 8, being 7 being Pride, 8 being Humble. And actually the 2 are reversed. So while you're listening to Pride, he has more of a humble approach, but when you're listening to Humble, he has a more prideful approach, and he's really letting people know, look, I'm here to stay. And he just really talks about the struggles that he's going through. He talks about what he's dealing with as a top, or excuse me, not as a top, but at the top, because he started from nothing and he worked his way up to where he is now. And he really lets it known that he fears falling off, that he fears giving in to what people want to hear. The whole not 2 Chainz, Future and Drake scene, where it's all about popping bottles and having sex and living the party life and stuff like that, because we all know that's easy to rap about, it's fun to rap about, but what is not easy and fun to rap about is the stuff that you're going through on a daily basis. And he talks about everything, and he really calls it out. With the first track on there being Blood, it's him. He's walking down the street. He's thinking to himself. He sees a blind lady, and she's walking back and forth, and she's pacing on the sidewalk. She's looking for something, and he's telling a story. And he asks her, what do you need help with? Can I help you? Can I be of any assistance? And he goes, I think you've lost something, or it looks like you've lost something. And she replies, yes, you did lose something. You lost your life. And then you hear a gunshot, then a little interlude, and then at the very end he samples Fox News reporters criticizing him for his 2015 BET live performance of All Right. And basically they were saying how they quoted one of his songs lyrics where he said, you know, they want to kill us dead in the street for show, cause we hate Popo. They want to kill us dead in the street for show. And you know, they're really twisting it and turning it around. And Kendrick Lamar follows up and says, how are you gonna take us? He reportedly told TMZ that, how are you gonna take a song about hope and turn it into a song about hatred? That's not what it is at all. And he really conveys that in this album, you know, that he's not really listening to mainstream media. He's really out there and doing what he needs to do to make his own personal views about things and his own personal opinions about things. And I can applaud him for that. So it's just, honestly guys, it's just a really great album. It dropped last night. Technically it's supposed to drop this morning, but I think it leaked and dropped last night. And it's really beautiful, guys. I really highly encourage everybody out there to go ahead and listen to it. There's really nothing bad that I can say about this album, just because of how much time it's been about 2 years since he's dropped anything, and I feel like he really delivered on here. He didn't fall short. If you guys aren't a fan of his new sound, however, you might not, you know, vibe with it as much as I have personally. But if you're just a fan of Kendrick and you're a fan of I'm not gonna say real hip hop, but if you're a fan of, the word escapes me right now, but if you're a fan of Kendrick and J. Cole and, you know, Joey Badass and rappers like that, where they really talk about subjects that matter, then this is really gonna be an album for you. Now, if you're one of those, I'm not gonna say mainstream heads, but if you're one of those guys who really just like, you know, feel good music, and you just want to, you know, hear about the life of rappers and stuff, that's not really gonna be for you. And that's something that he mentions in the album. He did a really good job with this, and I'm not gonna really give this a scaling from 1 to 10, but I like it. It's honestly, he did a great job on here, and he didn't fail to deliver once again. So thanks for watching. That's my review. Be tuned for next week. I'm gonna try and drop a video every Friday. I'm really trying, and I apologize for dropping the video late today. We had some company over and it was just really loud, and I'm pretty sure you guys can hear my brother in the background now. Yeah, so thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, leave a comment below on if you liked it. If you didn't, and tell me why. I'll most likely reply to it because I have no life. So next week I'm gonna try and do something different. I'm gonna try and, you know, actually show you guys what I've been doing. So, but I don't want to make this video too long. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a great night, have a great weekend, stay safe, and take it easy.